Hi everybody, I'm back. So this is where we left off. I've got my flowers glued down again and my leaves are glued down, so we're at this part now, so you can take a look at that. There's the flower and the lace. Let me get a little closer so you can see that. And maybe you can kind of see the crackle in there. But it looks really pretty. So what we have to do next is, this is a finished one. What we have to do next is we need to add our image and our fibers and our little crystal, okay? So, so this is your image right here. Just excuse me, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry, I had to go and grab a haul, so I hope you talked amongst yourselves and, discussed whether if you want to make this wonderful tag or not. So this is it. This is the image, as I was saying. This image is going to be on my blog. Um, it's an image that I found on the internet, and I really love it. It's really cute. It says Easter greetings, and it's vintage. It's very shabby chic, so it goes really well with the tag. But this is going to be posted on my blog. When you get it, what I did is I put it on Word, and I reduced it down to 80%. When you reduce it down to 80% on your in your Word document, you can actually put 8 of them all together, as long as your paper is printed portrait-wise, I believe is what it is. Not landscape. Well, it's the one that looks like a rectangle all the way across. But I shrunk it down to 80%, so that's what size this is. When you print it out regular size, it's going to be a lot bigger. Okay, so now that I have this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to distress the edges, and this is my favorite tool. Just like Bona, I cannot live without this distressing tool. I have lots of these, so it's really funny. So I have one like in my scrapbooking bag. When I go to crops, I have one here. I have some in my drawer. I have them everywhere, so I love them. So I am just distressing the edges. As you can see, they're looking kind of distressed there. And I've got this side to do. Oops. So I'm just distressing the edges away. And I kind of go over it a couple times because it gives it more of a distressed, warm look as you're going across. You can kind of see all the little bits flying there and everywhere. Okay, so once I get to this point, I've got a pretty nice distressed piece. Then what I do is I take my vintage photo that we used, and I'm just going to lightly dab that, because what I want to do is I want to just get a little bit on here. I don't want all the white to go away, so I'm just, instead of like doing the rub, I'm just dabbing that all the way across, because I've got a little bit of brown. You can't really tell, but I've got a little bit. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to wrinkle it. Usually I would spritz water in here and then dry it with a heat gun, but at this point I don't want to do that. I just want a light crinkle, so it's a little wrinkled. So what I do is I take these edges and I curl these edges down. See, I'm going to curl those down. See how that looks? Let's curl down there, and then I'm also going to do this one, curl this down. Or curl it up, I'm sorry, is what I should be saying. So it looks like that. The reason I don't do this corner here is because this is the corner that's going to tuck behind the flower. Now when I glue the flower in, there's a certain part of the flower that doesn't glue down because I only glue the center, and I like that because I can kind of just stick that image in there and glue that down, okay? So first I'm going to see where I want to put that image, and I think I want my image to look just like that. So once I know where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and just add some glue. And because I still have my hot glue gun, it's just easy for me to add that. And it's not coming because it needs an extra glue stick. So let me grab an extra glue stick right quick. I was so totally not prepared for this part, huh? So I'm going to go ahead and add my glue stick. Totally done. And stick my image right where I saw it, where I wanted that to go. And just kind of lightly press that down, because remember that hot glue gun, that glue gun is pretty hot, that glue. So just curl my edges downward, or upwards. From where I'm looking, it's downwards, but, when you're looking at it towards you, it should be upwards. So there it is. There's your tag. And here's the finished one. So aren't they so pretty? So cute. So now what we want to do is add our fibers. So I have these two fibers. I have this really pretty white one. It's just a frilly white fiber. It's really, really soft. And this other fiber I have, this is a multicolor fiber. It's really nice. And it's really hairy. So it's really cool. So I take the two fibers together, and they're the same length. And this fiber is about 10 inches across the fiber. Fold it in half, grab the middle of it, and when I have the middle of it where the loops, I just kind of twist that up. And since I've already put my eyelet in there, I'm just going to stick this right through the hole of the eyelet so it grabs the two together so the two are out. And then go ahead and find the eye. So the eye, which is the hole where the two ribbons are together, bring the other ribbons in, so overlap that, overloop it, so that your loop catches right there. And then take your pieces here and then tie those in the knot, because that's just going to reinforce that to hold so it doesn't come off. So once that's tied, and sorry I was off frame, all I was doing was just tying that.